pushing this guy. Keep this a wrestling match in his favor. There you go.
Hand inside by Bernard. Hopkins again lands a right. Trinidad misses his. Hopkins lands his own. Round one is a bit of a scuffle. Hopkins got a little of what he wanted and landed 2 right hands.
And showed that he's not going to be walking into that left hook if he can help it.
I need you to jab, okay? I need you to jab, all right? Jab for me, baby. You jab. Stay out of the corner. The fight goes in the center of the ring, and I want you to jab. Pump that jab. We worked on it, so let's pump it and get the jab right. Hold your head up a little bit.
All right. The same thing you did in the first round. Let's continue that. Everyone calm, you know, be tranquil. He can't beat me. I got him. Are you okay now, Tito? You gotta move, Tito. You got that jab. Make sure the jab is first.
Well, it wasn't a first round knockout. Plan B.
It wasn't even a highly artistic first round. CompuBox numbers, it was a missed punch fest. Trinidad was 4 out of 27. Hopkins was 6 out of 43, according to CompuBox. Letterman scored the round for Tito Trinidad.
Hopkins being real smart. He jabs, yet he understands that he has more of a reach advantage with the height there. And he's out of the way once he does that jab.
And moving primarily to his left, trying to get away from the deadly left of Trinidad.
You really want to make Trinidad throw a lot of left because he prefers to hit you with that right, then throw that left hook.
George, is it fair to guess that Hopkins either wants to be way outside or way inside?
Yeah, he just hasn't figured out this guy yet. Trying to get relaxed in there. That's the hard job. To move around. He's not comfortable moving, I can tell you that. Trinidad needs room, and that's benefit Trinidad when the fight is at long range.
So again, they trade from long range in round 2. Neither fighter really into an offensive rhythm yet. Trinidad threw a limited number of punches for him in round 1. He lands a right hand across the top. Trinidad trying to close the range down and step in on Hopkins.
He's trying to close the range, but yet he wants to keep some distance so that long right hand can come. He doesn't want to completely close it. He's looking to get right on the mark.
Hopkins sticks the jab to move.
This is unusual that Hopkins would give Trinidad this kind of respect in the first couple rounds. Very surprised. That's what you don't want to do with it.
Hopkins would gamble more against Trinidad.
Jump right on him. You're not. He said he wasn't afraid. Up in the top, now you got to jump on him.
Hopkins begins to unveil his jab and sticking it accurately for the moment.
Once he takes any of Trinidad's power, then you're really going to see the motorboat move. Trinidad only want to land a hard shot, nothing else. And that's a dangerous position to be in the ring with a guy knowing that he's intent.
Right hand by Hopkins. Biggest blow of the fight. Trinidad momentarily stunned.
How do you feel, Tito?
Muy bien, no tengo daño.
He didn't hurt you, did he?
Pero no te descuides.
But don't get careless now.
No te me descuides en ningún
Don't
momento.
get careless now.
Sigue con esta pelea. Ya
You
mismo te
gotta
vas a meter
go
un
that way.
balazo.
Make sure
Ya
you're
mismo
gonna
te
put
va a dar
it.
un buen golpe. Que ya lo viste, ya lo miraron.
Hopkins has been working at distance with his jab, hoping to get Trinidad to come to him. Found him in range. The punch was a little high. Trinidad might have been momentarily stunned, but took the punch well.
Count the box numbers in round 2. Hopkins 10 out of 40. Trinidad 2 out of 19. So Felix Trinidad in 2 rounds has thrown by CompuBox numbers only 46 punches. Hopkins throwing twice as many. Not landing all that much, but the one big right hand was the biggest blow of the fight.
You don't want to get a kid like that man. Once you hit him once, get back on him and do something.
Tito's father asking his son to work the jab. He tries to get started with it here. Firing the left hand again.
Trinidad is on the mark.
What do you mean by that, George?
He's on the ball of that right foot. When you see him up on his right foot like that, he's on the mark getting ready to deliver like a track runner or something. Take off. Got to keep him out of that position. Got to keep him out of that position.
How do you keep him out of that position?
By moving to his left, so he always have to pick that foot up and set it down. Now he's out. Now.
Hopkins says he'll be watching his feet as much as his hands, just for that reason.
Hopkins varying the pace just a little, leading with the left hook there instead of the jab. Now Trinidad fires his own right hand across the top and gets the top of Hopkins' head.
He allowed Bernard to get set that time, and he paid for it.
The range is closing up. Trinidad moving closer. And Tito beginning to loosen up and throw a few more punches than was the case in the first couple of rounds.
Hopkins' back is starting to touch the ropes a lot more. That's what you don't want. Let your back touch the rope. Trinidad.
So you think Hopkins wants to stay in the middle of the ring and box with
Yeah, he can box. He's always successful if he boxes, but you don't want your back touching those ropes. Hands up. You don't need the whole ring to box. Just the middle of it. That's the fight Hopkins wants. Hard and push and hit.
You may notice that there's some printing on the back of Bernard Hopkins, who rented it out for about $100,000 to a .com gambling service, and then bet the $100,000 on himself to win the fight.
Either way, the service win, huh?
Yeah, either way, the tattoo's already fading as the sweat pours off of Hopkins' body here in round 3.
But Bernard Hopkins isn't fading.
No, and the best looks pretty good, at least for the moment, as he gives Trinidad a spirited fight.
Bernard Hopkins is dictating the tempo, and he's making Trinidad think about coming more to him.
Hopkins sticks the jab right on the point of Trinidad's chin as round 3 comes to a close.
Okay, how do you feel? Deep breath, deep breath. With your hands up. You gotta keep your hands up. It's gonna be easy now. It's only a matter of time before you get him. You're gonna have it to get him there.
These are brand new Sting gloves. I bought these. These are heavy ass gloves. I bought these when I bought my Sting headgear, but my Sting headgear don't fit. And these supposed to be blue, but they sent me red ones. My Sting headgear don't fit, but these motherfucking gloves are heavy. I ain't gonna lie. These are heavy ass fucking gloves.
Bernard Hopkins showing that a
Competition Sting professional gloves. These gloves is heavy.
as well as brawl, whatever his reputation is.
Round 4 begins. Harold Letterman, how'd you score the first 3?
Okay, Chip, I got a 2-1, 29-28, Bernard Hopkins. Chip, the first round left on Tito Trinidad, what Hopkins did when Bernard would take that step to the right and rush in. Tito put him on the way out. But rounds 2 and 3, it's that Hopkins left jab, boxing from the outside, the occasional straight right hand, and then between the shots. Outbox again.
Now Trinidad has Hopkins moving in on him. That's what you want. You want Hopkins to get that brave to try to follow this hard-hitting Trinidad.
Trinidad opens up, lands 2 power shots. Hopkins tries to fire back immediately. Trinidad misses with the right. Hopkins goes his own. Backs Tito up. Fires a left hook. Trinidad getting as good as he pitches out. Now lands the short right hand inside. Power against power. Which man is stronger at close range?
This is not a good idea for Hopkins to mix it up with Trinidad. He's done an excellent job of using his brains. Don't go back to Philadelphia too soon.
Well, perhaps he's realized so far that he can deal with Trinidad's punch.
No, that punch can't be dealt with, Larry. You gotta stay smart. Must stay smart.
Felix Trinidad only threw 67 punches in the first 3 rounds of the fight. By CompuBox numbers, that's a very limited offensive output. He has begun to fire here in round 4, but Hopkins is firing back and lands a right hand to the body there.
Clean jab by Hopkins.
Bernard Hopkins said that this fight would be his defining moment. So far, he's had pockets of brilliance and seems to be getting Trinidad, for the most part, to fight his fight. But there have been moments here in round 4 when Tito seemed to be turning the tide.
Hopkins intending to move like this is a good idea that he did weigh in at 157. That can help him.
As Trinidad sized Hopkins up in the corner, Hopkins landed 3 punches in a row. Then Felix went to the body as Bernard moved away.
Bernard, once again, is spending too much time on the ropes.
So far, Hopkins has completely neutralized the left hand of Trinidad. Can Trinidad find a way to put him on the defensive without that left hand? The right hand fails there.
Right hand by Hopkins lands flush. If it was a close enough round that last big right hand by Hopkins may have been the decisive blow.
Look at that. Don't let my dad you. We want the dad because he don't want you to dad. You don't like that dad. You dad with him. All right? Quick shot. Don't worry about the big shot. I want you to quick shot. All right?
He's not gonna hit you. Get it taken easy. Don't get careless now. That was the 5th round, and now it's calm. You gotta keep your hands up. Yeah, you gotta keep your hands up so you can get him. Real tight.
Bernard Hopkins' trainer, Louis Fisher, is not nearly as well known as Felix Trinidad Sr., but Fisher is a 73-year-old proven pro who knows every trick in the book and has done a brilliant job of training Hopkins throughout his career.
He told him to try to jab with Trinidad. That's not a good idea. Don't jab with him. You catch him off balance and then jab it, because he turns that jab into a hook once you start trying to step in with power. Trinidad does. He will wait until he's finished and then get him.
Hopkins blocking Trinidad's jab with his right glove. Bernard continues left, and he steps in and bangs his right hand against the side of Trinidad's head. Hopkins misses the right, Trinidad misses the left. Hopkins fires a little left hook inside.
Hopkins is doing a good job of staying over and making Trinidad throw those left hooks. That's where you want to be, because he's a bit more accurate with his right hands, Trinidad is. Make him miss with left hook. Don't try to make him miss with the right hands.
Hopkins a little bit quicker with his jab. Now Trinidad corners him, tries to step in, Bernard slips away. solid left by Trinidad. Trinidad seeming to take a little velocity off the left, just trying to land it.
Hopkins is not making the mistake that Bernard, Joppy did by letting Trinidad lay on his left hand. He holds it.
And certainly not making the mistake that both Joppy and Vargas made of standing in front of Trinidad. He hasn't done much of that.
Hopkins is outboxing Trinidad, and he's winning most of the rallies.
Yeah, but Hopkins has used a lot of different footwork, legs up, moving around. That's not good.
I remember this fight got a nice uppercut. Round 10. He got him a nice uppercut. Beam.
To everyone for Trinidad. They fight after the bell, and Hopkins dishes out twice as much. And the crowd comes alive.
Okay, deep breath now. Take a deep breath. We're okay. We got him out. But when you exchange punches, make sure you come back with something else. You got to. You're too strong for him. You got him already. He hit you and he can't do nothing to you.
Where's the professor, baby? Push right there. Put it at the shoulder. That's not the head. Put it at the shoulder. Deep breath, baby.
Trinidad in close quarters. The bell rings. Trinidad throws a left hook. And as Bernard Hopkins said, he's not going to ask the referee to change things. He'll take it into his own hands.
When Oscar De La Hoya came out and appeared to many eyes at ringside to win the first 7 rounds against Felix Trinidad, none of the 3 judges sitting at ringside scored it exactly that way. Right now, there's a chance that in the eyes of many here, Bernard Hopkins has won the first 5 rounds against Trinidad. Will the judges once again insist on giving rounds to Trinidad when he doesn't seem to be winning any of them? That's what happened against De La Hoya.
This is the kind of champ Trinidad that you're gonna have to knock him out to win it. You may as well forget trying to win this thing on points. If you want the title that he possesses, you gotta knock him out.
So you're saying that Bernard shouldn't fool himself into believing that he's succeeding just because he seems to be winning the round?
No, you can't coach yourself to a victory with a champion like this. The judges are not gonna allow you to do it. And I think this pace is a little too much for Bernard Hopkins. He's used too much of his legs early on.
Well, certainly Trinidad hasn't overused his. He's only thrown 23 punches per round, which is a very low punch output by CompuBox numbers. Now Trinidad lands a big right hand against the ropes, but Hopkins steps away and lands in return. Remember Trinidad's amazing stamina. Hopkins lands a right, Trinidad lands a left. Felix is a marathon runner who builds the tempo from round to round. And he's trying to defend it with the left hook right here. 4 straight left hands by Trinidad.
Hopkins blocked almost every one of those punches.
Yeah.
And there's no sign yet that Hopkins is wearing down.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, there are a lot of signs. But
Yeah.
Trinidad is
Yeah.
honoring it. What are the signs that he's wearing down?
He went to his ring
Yeah.
to his corner and let
Counter
his
punching.
legs flat out.
Yeah.
Trinidad is still
Yeah.
sitting
Yeah.
in a sitting position.
Hopkins looks pretty good
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
as he backs Trinidad up with a combination. A furious pace in round 6, by far the best round of the fight.
Back to the ropes again, Hopkins.
Yeah. Red card rocking.
They begin to trade power shots at close range, and this is Trinidad's game.
You can't play power shot with Trinidad. Because every time he hits you, you're still lingering on.
Put his elbow on his throat. Puts his elbow on his throat. And then, if I remember correctly, he puts his elbow on his throat. Yep. See?
And he puts his Hopkins head back, and Stoker says, don't do it again. Round 6 was a beauty.
Keep doing your job. Stay focused. Keep doing your job. Don't get no excuses for no bullshit out there. Keep doing your job. He's doing all right. Only thing I want to see is that quick right hand. The quick right hand.
Por favor.
Tito, please.
Joven about the cabeza. Su cabeza.
Watch the head.
¿Oyen? Sí, seguro. Sí, estamos ganando. Tito, ya mismo tú lo vas a estar bien cerrado.
Hopkins with 2 left hands, quick little left hands. That was a
Good counter punch. Good counter punch by Bernard Hopkins.
Take well. Trinidad aggressive, perhaps a little frustrated at the end.
You're not going to find this kind of determination often in a fight as you see in Felix Trinidad.
Why don't you want to give Hopkins more credit, George? He's fighting a terrific fight so far.
He's doing a great job. But this determination of this guy keeps coming back. It just takes everything out of your legs, takes everything out of your heart.
Well, they're both champions.
Between rounds, Felix Trinidad asked his father in the corner, am I winning the fight? And Trinidad Sr. said, yes, you are. Harold Letterman, how have you scored it through 6?
That gives you 4 rounds to 2, 58-56, Bernard Hopkins. And then in my wildest dreams thought that I'd never see Bernard Hopkins win his fight with an outside game, but that's what he's doing. Staying outside, popping the jab, coming back with the straight right hands. And then round 6, I just thought Felix Trinidad was a little bit the aggressor, got into better shots. I've given Trinidad rounds 1 and 6, all the rest to Hopkins.
Hopkins trying to load up with that quick right hand. Everything is trying to execute what his trainer told him to do, throw the quick right hand. Trinidad catches you in that exchange, it's trouble time.
More and more, George, Trinidad is able to land his left hook. Why?
Hopkins is giving him the left hook because if he's able to land one jab and stay a little closer, he's always able to get the left hook off. I don't worry about the left hook if I'm Hopkins. I worry about that right hand.
4 punches in combination by Hopkins there, finishing up to the body. Trinidad stalking relentlessly, imposing mental pressure on Hopkins as he does on all of his opponents. Even when technically outgunned, Felix Trinidad is always coming.
Always coming. Good thing about Hopkins is he's not allowing Trinidad to get up on that right foot. He's making him keep it flat. That's what you want. If he's going to hit you, let him be out of position to do it good. Ooh, thank you.
Chopping right hand by Hopkins. The second one partially blocked. Crowd oohing and eyeing as Hopkins continues to score, exceeding the expectations of many.
That's not like a Philadelphia fighter at all. Thank you.
George, there's been a lot of great boxers out of Philadelphia. And you couldn't survive the famous gym wars in Philadelphia if you couldn't box.
Yeah, this guy's boxing tonight.
Oscar De La Hoya exposed the vulnerability of Trinidad. And Bernard Hopkins is trying to use that model to dominate the fight.
Yes, particularly Trinidad's vulnerability to feints and movement. Hopkins said to me, I'm no De La Hoya, but I saw that Felix fell for every feint against Oscar, so I'll be using them too.
You closing in on him, son. As long as you keep that jab going, you're home. You're gonna be home free. All right? You cannot out jab you. Come right here.
Okay, let's see. If you get up there, you throw some punches so we can get him. Now you got to work with him real good. Let's see if we can punch it up and down. You got to throw punches. One hand winner. When you get him, the fight will be over. He's not going to be able to take your punches. But you got to know that your hands have to be up. Keep your hands up.
3 judges, 1 from the United States, 1 from Thailand, 1 from South Africa. Maybe the verdict falls into their hands, although Felix Trinidad certainly will want to try to put Hopkins on his back. In round 7 by CompuBox numbers, Hopkins landed 18 punches to only 6 for Trinidad. If you go by CompuBox numbers, Hopkins has outlanded Tito in every round.
You know, there are a lot of people out there who never heard of Bernard Hopkins. He hasn't had a lot of big television fights. They're hearing about him and seeing him now.
You're seeing the hunger of a 36-year-old man who's waited a long time for this moment.
A geriatric wonder.
Ooh, all right. Yeah, got him again.
I'd like to see what happened
Yeah.
in the 10, 11, and 12 with the geriatrics.
Yeah.
He's now starting to land some hard chopping punches.
Yeah. Breaking him down.
Tito's taking them
Breaking
away.
Trinidad down. Breaking him down.
And he didn't go undefeated and have 20 championship fights by not being able to take punches well.
And Mark is trying to make Trinidad walk into his traps now. He's setting traps.
You can go back 8 years in this sport and you won't find a fight in which either man was declared
Well, I
loser.
heard he hit him in his legs too. When the referee turns to the side, he hits him in the thighs too. He was hitting him in the legs and he was hitting him in the side. Every time he turned, the referee turned to one way. He hit him right on the side, right on the calf. Wore his legs down.
It's showing a multiplicity of skills as he continues to outbox Tito.
I don't believe what I'm seeing.
Doing the Ali shuffle.
And now Trinidad shuffles his own feet to try to dazzle Bernard, and Bernard says, "You shuffle a while, I'll hit you."
Trinidad was playing into Hopkins' hand there with the foolishness.
Good body shot, see? Yeah, sneaky little body shot by Hopkins. Right on the thigh too. Every time they get close, he hits him right on the thigh.
To the body as much as he might.
He hits him in the body and he also hits him in the thigh. And the referee's not looking. He gets a little shot to his thigh. There he goes again. Every time. Every time the referee don't see it, Steve Smoker hits him right on the side. Right on his calf. When he gets on the other side of him. The referee don't see it.
Trying to break Bernard down with power shots.
That's double hook.
Hopkins countering back twice with the left hook.
All night, Trinidad has been trying to lay on Hopkins' left hand. Hopkins seems to get his left hand right out of the trap and hold Trinidad. If he's able to just lay on that left hand of Hopkins,
Well, Teddy got him. Nice over good.
Hopkins lands a nice right hand just after the bell, and Smoker shouts, "No, no, 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 no." And here's a graphic that demonstrates the degree to which Hopkins has dominated CompuBox punch stat numbers, outlanding Tito Trinidad in every one of the 8 rounds so far. Remember, the judges do not see these graphics.
Deep breath for me.
All right.
Separate the champions from the legend.
The 2 or 3 of them quick shots inside the Southern Sport getting deep now. You get him out of there.
Okay. How we doing? I want to know how we doing.
Sometimes it takes a long time to be young. Bernard Hopkins at 36 still seems young, fighting one of the great fighters of recent times.
age has got nothing to do with it tonight. All about the best fighter who can take it.
Harold Letterman gave Tito Trinidad the first round, I think, generously. Now, even on Letterman's card, we're reaching the stage where Trinidad would need a knockout to win if Hopkins can stand up the rest of the way.
Trinidad has tried getting those left uppercuts. He's tried. And that's where he can ring home if he can just get them in.
And the biggest thing Hopkins has accomplished by my lights is he's just refusing to bend to Tito's will. He's still making Tito fight his fight.
All of that determination, Hopkins has not been 1 ounce. Maybe he should.
You know, fellas, remember what Mark Antonio Barrera did against Prince Ahmed? Everybody talked about him looking into big punches. He came out and put on a masterful show of controlled aggression. We're seeing that Bernard Hopkins is not a one-dimensional fighter by a lot.
That's the big surprise of the night. He's been able to stay on his legs whenever he needed them. He was able to move out of the way.
Another big surprise is that it is so far a clean fight without a single penalized foul.
A shot.
The closest it came was Trinidad elbowing Hopkins beyond the rope. Louis Fisher tells Bernard Hopkins if he keeps firing the jab, he can't lose the fight. He's still firing the jab energetically.
There's Trinidad able to lay on Hopkins' left hand now. That's what he's been trying to do all night. Overhand right on top of it. He's here. Go punch. I'm here. Go punch. That's what he's waiting on.
Counterpunching like Robbins, man.
Trinidad got him in
Good
the
counterpunching.
Hopkins' neck.
Ooh. I remember that
Gets
shot.
him room to move off the ropes. And for the first time in the fight, Hopkins is grinning at Tito Trinidad.
He's able to hit him with the right hand and move out of the way.
And there's another big right hand. And again he moves out of the way.
Very smart. Didn't say I heard you. I'm going to get you some more. Hit you and get out of the way.
Nice.
There's another right hand.
Look at his face. Look at his face. Trinidad.
Totally professional performance by a true professional prize fighter, Bernard Hopkins.
Think of when you got him thrown, make sure you use that jab and then the right hand. You got to throw more punches. Don't let him push you. If he starts pushing you, push him back. And if he comes close to you, work on him.
There we see straight right hand, but Hopkins is not loading up on these right hands. He's throwing short, quick punches and getting out of the way of the return.
Like I said, cold and clinical. He is not allowing himself to get into the heat of Trinidad's passion. He's boxing, moving, and winning.
And that's hard to do when you hurt a guy and don't go after the finish. This man is being extremely smart tonight. Hopkins.
Once again between rounds, Tito Trinidad asked his father if he's winning, and once again, Trinidad Sr. said, yes, you are.
I think Trinidad is asking that question because he doesn't really think he's winning.
No, I think he wore the most discouraged look I've ever seen on his face between rounds. Harold, how you have it going into the 10th?
Okay, Jim, 7 rounds to 2, 88-83. Bernard Hopkins. I can't understand this. Bernard Hopkins and Felix Trinidad standing face to face. Bernard Hopkins gets up first every time he lays the jab with a straight right. But then Felix will come in on an angle, and he just stays right in front of him. Bernard gets up first and hurts him all the time.
When a guy is as good a puncher as Trinidad, he depends on that. He expects that somewhere along the way, it will pay the difference. And if it doesn't, what are his answers against Bernard Hopkins?
Trinidad got the left hand up. He's leaning on Hopkins' left hand now. That's what he wants. Hopkins better be careful. That's it. Puts his weight on your left hand and throws his overhand right. Oh, Hopkins beat him to the punch, though.
You know, George, Trinidad landed some big shots.
Yeah, good counter punch by Hopkins, and he keeps getting nice counter, nice counter. Bing, 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 bing.
as 160 pounds.
Nice counter. He was fighting inside too. He's fighting inside. See, he leans in with him. He keeps his shot. He keeps his shot right in there. See? Another counter. Another counter. Keep his hands close. Keep his hands tight and close. Keep his hands close. Bop, bop, bop. I'm punching him. Bop. He punches. Bop, bop, bop. Philadelphia. Philly. He's hurt. Trinidad's hurt. Bop. That's countering. Bop, bop, bop. That's countering. Bop. That's countering again. Bop, bop. That's countering again. Bop, 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 bop.
Blood coming out of Trinidad's nose.
I think he catches him with a nice uppercut when they lock up. He's staring him down too. He's staring him down too. He throws a punch and he counters. He throws a punch and he counters. Beep, beep, counter. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. And catch him with a nice uppercut. Catch him with a nice uppercut right here. If I remember correctly, right here, coming up. Right here, right here. Right here. Keep your hands in close. You get a shoulder roll. Bop.
Trinidad almost looks out on his feet.
He measured him with his left shoulder. He used his shoulder to measure him, and then bam, came up with the uppercut.
How you feel, Tito? You okay? Can you fight another round? Can you fight another round? Let me know. Keep your hands up.
I remember this fight. I was 21 years old when I watched this fight. I lived at the Groves Apartments back in 2021. I remember watching this fight live. I couldn't believe it.
Bernard Hopkins.
I was 21 years old.
Resulted in that round, but you heard the question in Trinidad's corner. Can you fight another round?
And that was the ring doctor who wanted to know if Trinidad could continue. So the doctors are watching Trinidad now as Hopkins comes off a big 10th round where he landed 33 of 86 punches. They go into the 11th. Hopkins has been beyond 10 rounds 14 times in his career. Trinidad 8. Hopkins with a prohibited lead on Harold Letterman's scorecard.
Here he goes. Legs is gone.
It was a push. A lot of punches, but it was a push. Trinidad is very timid right now.
Hopkins senses that Trinidad is weakening.
Very weak.
Nice hook. Uppercut.
Good uppercut by Hopkins. Trinidad visibly tiring for the moment.
Coming in with fast hands. Bop, bop, bop. Bop, bop, bop. Good infighting. Bop. Measure him, bop.
Hopkins bet $100,000 on himself to win the fight.
Because he doesn't want to lose that $100,000.
Ooh. Nice counter, nice hook, jumping up.
This is another huge round for Hopkins. Trinidad has landed maybe 2 punches in the round.
Nice, overhand right. Nice. Bop with fast hands. They keep staying close. He's staying close when they clinch. See, he keeps hitting them to the side. He's hitting them to Bernard Hopkins getting little sneaky shots into his calf, into his leg. Whenever Steve Smoker on the other side don't see it, Hopkins is smart. That old Philadelphia training style. See? He hits him in the thigh again. As soon as he steps in to try to break him up, he hits him. Bernard Hopkins in his thighs. Illegal blow. He's wearing his legs down by hitting at his calves. When the referee's not looking, beat. When he gets in close. See, the referee don't see. Whenever the referee don't see, he hits him on the other side of his leg.
Great. Step back. Hands up.
Watch his hook. Nice one. Right here. Yeah.
Astonishing. Absolutely astonishing performance.
Sometimes when a fighter is labeled a kind of a genius, he's bound to disappoint you.
Yeah.
Big right hand.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
This guy has been a fox and a terror. Bernard Hopkins.
See? He'll hit him in his leg then
I
again.
did not expect he's been that and more.
Everything. Trinidad is hurt from the accumulation of punishment as round 11 comes to a close.
Good, son. You can't say that now. Last round coming up, you got to close. You got to close big, all right? Close big. Last round.
Last round, baby. Hey, look. As soon as you do what you do. Pop that shit.
Let me clean his nose. Let me clean his nose. This is the last round. How you feeling, Tito? How you feeling? I'm okay. You got to use a champion come in. Now, he's going to come after you now. So you...
This is my back. This back hit my back. On my back. With the water, boy. You on? You got it on, baby. It's in the computer.
By CompuBox numbers, Tito Trinidad drew only 14 punches in the 11th round. He looked like a fighter with very little left in the tank. Now let's see what he's got for what might be the last 6th round of his career. Harold, how do you have it coming to the 12th? Hopkins,
See? He gets a little sneaky shots on the side again. It's out here, whenever the referee's not there, he gets him on the side and gets a little sneaky shots to his calves. He's been doing it the whole fight. See, there goes again. Wherever you don't see it, he's getting little shots in, he's burning his legs down that way.
You just can't trust judges.
but Hopkins still wants to fight. He's not sitting on his lead. He's seen somebody try to do that against Trinidad without success.
Nice hook. Bah.
Hopkins imposing his will and his skill on the
Pushing his will on him.
The lesser
He's
fighter.
breaking him down. He's breaking him down. That's counter overhand right. He comes in with the jump. He jumps in with the hook. Soon he throws his right hook. Bah!
Huge right hand. Huge right hand by Hopkins. That goes Trinidad.
Got Jay-Z in him out
Get
here.
up. He's got the desire. He's never been knocked out. This fight is over. Steve Smoker stops it. No. Bernard Tito Trinidad comes in. Has done it. He knocked out Trinidad.
Bernard Hopkins has put himself up there in the list of all the great middleweights. His 14th consecutive defense of his title. Trinidad, a beaten man. He was beaten boxing, and then he was beaten physically. He was beaten with the smarts of Bernard Hopkins. He was beaten with the heart of Bernard Hopkins. What a performance.
I'd like to find my words so I can eat them.
Oh, what brilliance. Oh, what brilliance. Here's a guy who tonight, just as he has through his whole career, did it his way. He insisted on his individuality, his right to govern his career and his life on his own terms. It's cost him a lot. He got it all back tonight.
You know, there was a lot of inspiration in New York City for the United States flag, and he bit into the inspiration.
There's your winner. There's your winner in a big way. And a Felix Tito Trinidad, who had never before been so physically beaten up in his career, never before knocked out, goes down in the middle of the 12th round and cannot continue as Bernard Hopkins punctuates a huge and thrilling and unexpected victory with a sensational power shot show in the 12th round. Oh, what a right hand, George.
What a right hand. Every shot. This guy was so, I never thought his legs could last. I guess
Counter shot.
those 150
So he threw, he
pounds,
got counter.
exactly what he needed to move around.
So he threw, he blocked the counter.
57 pounds, 3 pounds under the limit. Some people thought, oh no.
So he threw his hook, he countered
He
him.
wasn't
See?
too weak. He was
Bow!
He tricked us all. He tricked us.
A thoroughly dominant performance from start to finish. Hopkins, by CompuBox numbers, landing more punches than Trinidad in every single round of the fight.
Hopkins never did anything dirty. The referee had not a chance to disqualify him.
No, it was a great, great fight all the way through.
Never did anything dirty.
And what a show of determination and will by Felix Trinidad. Thoroughly beaten throughout most of the fight, but fighting like a winner who believed in himself. He never stopped trying.
Never stopped trying. A champion to the end.
Scorecards show that Hopkins was headed for the easy victory. On the American scorecard of Don Ackerman, he was up 109 to 100 going to the 12th. On Stanley Christodoulou of South Africa's scorecard, he was up 107 to 102. And on Anak Pontonkam's card, the score from Thailand, he was up 107 to 102. So Hopkins had won the fight on the scorecards as they entered the 12th, just as we expected was the case.
Without any trust of